to Survivor JJC, Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. We're here to talk about the second episode of season 44 of Survivor. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
And I'm Heidi Stare.
Jack, I'm going to tell you, I spent a good 3 minutes putting it into the universe saying, please say poop tooth. Please say poop tooth.
Well, my second one was digging through poop to find an idol. I have it written right here.
Honestly, I might dig through poop to find an idol. I don't know.
What kind of poop we talking?
3 days right? That kid took to crap it out. 3 days.
Dude, that's a really slow digestive system.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just, the enamel took longer to go through. I don't know how it works.
Couldn't she just got a fake tooth, said, here it is, kid, put it under the pillow, tooth fairy gets it, boom, bada bing.
She's too real.
Yep.
She's too real. She can't do that.
It's true. That's not how she is.
But I love Heidi Stare when Franny and Matt were.
Oh, no, that wasn't Heidi. That was Lauren.
Is that Lauren?
Yeah. Lauren Stares.
Oh, Lauren Stares.
Incredible.
Whatever it is. Lauren Stares. It was. I kept looking it up. I couldn't figure out who it was. But
I am frozen at the worst possible face. This computer, in case anybody doesn't listen to the broadcast or didn't hear our first episode.
Oh, she's catching up now. There we go.
Ooh, gosh, I'm like on super speed. If you didn't listen to the first episode or you didn't listen to the broadcast last week, this poor computer is on its very last legs. I believe it's because I did the update and it's a 10-year-old system, 12-year-old system that can't handle it anymore because I can no longer use GarageBand. I can no longer do much of anything. I actually have spent hours over the past few days trying to grab everything that I have on here off of it onto an external hard drive because I know it's going to implode at some point. And I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but, that feels like a tomorrow problem. That actually could literally be tomorrow, but I'm not going to worry about it today.
Right now, your instincts are good. Just get everything important moved.
I have. I mean, I've been doing it. I still have a couple things left because it also takes, it's so slow. Like one episode of something will take like 12 minutes to move over. And I'm like, oh my God, this is insane. So anyway, that's where I stand. I'm sorry that I keep freezing.
No problem, Carolyn.
Very studious in this. Carolyn really grew on me tonight. Let's just go with the Carolyn of it all. She grew on me so much tonight. Anytime obviously when Yam Yam was like, kindred spirits, like I love her energy. I gel with her. And I'm like, oh, because you guys are both obsessed with pooping. Clearly.
Exactly.
This is so who is it?
Who isn't? But was she holding up the fake idol as the real idol?
I don't know.
I don't know if she
because she said I have the real idol and the fake idol. I thought she was holding up the fake idol.
My fingers are crossed.
Because that would be funny if she played it and go, I'm playing this idol for me, and Jeff goes,
that would be really funny.
Well, that's a fake one.
Be like, oh, Carolyn,
what does she do at that point? Just like start crying and then fall to the ground and roll around in the grass for a minute and then just get up and go get the other one? Or do we cut to commercial at that point?
Well, because Cindy was watching with me. She goes, well, she just had the other one with her. I go, well, why would you bring the fake one with you?
So last week last episode, when we got the start of the season was the outtake with her. I thought two things. Either this chick is out this episode and she had so much gold that they just wanted to burn it, or she's our Tony and she's going to the end.
Oh, I hope she does.
I just
hope she does.
And when she got the idol, the 4 other people were together.
Mm-hmm.
How did they not eventually go, it's Carolyn?
But that's exactly why, because it's Carolyn, and that kind of crazy, kooky, off the wall gets overlooked as like, oh, she's of no threat. She's not a serious person. And that's just not how it works because, she is a serious person. She just also has a really loud personality. That's it.
But you know what? There's people with good obnoxious. There's good loud personalities and bad loud personalities.
And hers is good.
Very concerned last week that she was a bad loud personality. But like this week when I was watching, I was like, oh, she's more of a coach than she is a Debbie.
Yeah, and Debbie is a little bit, Debbie's energy is different, right? Like,
well, Debbie's got that know-it-all energy. Whereas Carolyn just seems like a genuine person.
Yeah. Yeah, she just has like a lot of feelings. Like she said, like she's grateful when good things happen. And so she shows that she's grateful. She can't help it.
Yes. But you know what? She was also like, again, she really like this week, she grew on me so much. She
cracks me up. She's a hoot. I can't press enough how Minnesotan she is. She is, you've seen Fargo, right? And like, that's fine. I love Fargo, but like Carolyn is the true caricature of a Minnesotan. Like
the problem is, say day 12, day 14, when it gets, you're getting is she going to start rubbing people the wrong way? Because who was the girl that won a few years? I can never remember her name.
Marianne. Look at Marianne.
Marianne. And she toned it down and completely changed her game. I think Carolyn would, to win, she'll have to do the same thing, because you can't be because people are, even though she's not doing anything wrong, it's that personality eventually when you're tired, hungry,
I can't disagree.
Fed up. You're just like, I can't take it anymore.
As a person that has a personality like that, who recognizes when they're rubbing people the wrong way, I get it.
Well, I don't think she realizes she's rubbing people the wrong way.
I think she does, because she makes all those comments about how weird she is, and that's self-awareness.
Yeah, I think she's incredibly okay. Like, let's just be realistic. She was an addict for how many years of her life? Then she's recovered, and she's a counselor. She has to be self-reflective. Like,
I have no problem with her.
So maybe she can tone it down a little bit, or maybe she's gonna be like, "You guys, I'm trying and I can't." Like, I just can't.
You see it all the time on the show when people can't. When the game goes on, the louder people tend to get voted out, because people are like going, all right, I just can't take it anymore.
Right.
Unless she's flying under the radar and they don't see her as a threat.
Yeah. And it depends on who she's up against. Because I'm going to be honest. I think from what we've seen of Claire's personality, for instance, like, I don't think a Claire personality could handle a Caroline personality.
No, I don't think so either.
Like, not even for a second. But then you've got somebody, like Jam, who's all like, I love all of this. This is great. So it's, who are the other players? That's how long does Carolyn last? She lasts how long the other players she's next to.
When we get to the merge, I can easily see Carolyn gelling with Franny.
Oh,
Franny,
yeah.
Matt.
And
absolutely. I can
easily see her gelling with them.
If they're
I
there.
can see her gelling with Matthew that fell off the rocks. What did we call him? Rocks? Matthew, did we have a name for him?
Sling Master.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Something like that. We'll see it when we get to
He listened to us and took off the sling for this challenge.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see her
for this.
He's a bit weirdo too. I mean, I really like him. Like, and I think he's right. We'll get to that in a second, but like that he's in a good spot. But like, I could see him getting along with Matthew. I could see him not getting along with like Brandon. I'm sorry, Carolyn not getting along with like Brandon or who else? I'm trying to think. Like, I could see there's definitely people on that tribe that she would not get along with, or any of the other
maybe
tribes.
Maybe Heidi, she wouldn't. I'm not sure. We haven't got enough of Heidi for me to really have a good.
She gets along with Natasha. I mean, come on.
Heidi does. Hey, Natasha's great.
But I thought Matthew made a mistake when he told everybody, I've been practicing this.
Sure.
Puzzle.
Oh no, that was Carson.
No, Carson said
he has the
practicing all these different
printers.
things.
Yep.
Yes.
But he didn't tell anyone, which was smart. You don't tell anybody you've been practicing.
And he doesn't want to tell anybody that he's a smart kid. But
yeah, but
I feel like
Matthew said, what else has Matthew been practicing? Okay, he's going to be a threat later on in
Yeah,
the
yeah. You
challenges.
saw like I built this out of like plywood in my backyard. That's why I'm good at this. Like, oh yeah, what else are you practicing? You're right.
Yeah.
Definitely not climbing rocks. We can wipe
No.
that. No good there.
No,
Poor
I agree.
Matthew's elbow. I got a big bad owie.
Shoulder.
Yeah, his shoulder and his toe, his big sliced toe, that seems to be better. He looked like he was wearing an actual shoe for a minute and not just a banana leaf. So
Yeah.
he's improved.
I liked this. I actually liked this episode a lot because I felt like it gave us a chance to see more of the personalities and more of the big personalities.
Yep.
And
there are some big personalities. Plus, it had a fantastic name, which I don't have written down. I'm assuming you probably have it.
I
but
do. It was Two Dorky Magnets.
Yep. See?
So speaking of the names, let's talk about Franny.
The Dorky Magnets.
Oh, those two. Yes.
They're two Dorky Magnets. I think I'm a Franny Stanny. I do. I think I am.
Yeah. So what do we if they become like
oh wait, hold on one second. Before we move on, Rose says in the chat, just before we move on, I'm so sorry. I don't think it's the excitement or loudness that will be Carolyn's downfall. I think it's going to be hard for her to keep a secret or navigate gameplay without giving things away.
Yeah, not a great game face at the birdcage. She makes a good point.
But that's something I would do. I would totally get it. Be like, yes, I got it. And like, be like, yeah, I got it. Pats on the back. High five me. Yeah. And then be like, holy crap. I forgot to close it.
And then when you do close it, you're like, yeah, this will do.
I was saying the whole time, turn around, bring it back, bring the bag back. Bring the bag back.
Like, abort mission. Her panic was my panic because I wake up generally, about 5:30 a.m. with the same panics. I'm like, oh, did I close the refrigerator door last night?
Did you think that somebody from production kept that thing swinging because there was only two of them? I mean, that thing was.
Someone's over there lumping on it.
Yeah, okay, let's make it look like they just got here. Just after she left.
No, question, because we have the fake idol, right? There's the idol and then the fake idol. Mm-hmm. Do you think like the better move is to put the fake idol back in the bag, or are you gonna like hide it for someone else to find? Or like if you had the fake idol, what would you do?
Hands down, I put the fake idol back in the bag.
Fake idol back and hide the key.
Yeah, and hide the key. Yep. Hands
down.
Not even a question for me.
All the pressure's off you. That person thinks that you put the thing in there. You put the real note in there, and the fake idol. Now no one is going to ever know, and neither one of them did that.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah. If you make it as far as having to plead your case to a jury, if you have that nugget in your belt, you put that out there, that's gonna be a shock and awe move, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And it also, again, it takes all the focus off you having an idol because, well, that person has the idol.
Yes, that's exactly it. Which I think is probably what production was hoping for. But certainly. What's his face? Firefighter. He got away with it.
Danny,
thank you.
Yep. Whereas, what did he say? I am not telling anybody. Good job, Danny.
You know what? Certain people have certain energy, and Carol and I happen to share what we in this house dub SHIT show energy. That's just what we have. But there's no way that even if every other person was taken off the beach for like, I don't know, to go to like a spa day or something, we would still manage to mess that up. Whereas somebody like Danny has that like cool, suave, like, I could be whatever I want in life without even blinking an eye kind of energy. Like he just has that like Don Draper energy, right? So like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me that the two of them had two very different opening experiences.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, all three of them, like all three of our birdcage opening scenarios, like couldn't be more different. So,
right.
No, the answer is it could not.
I personally, once you put her hand in the snake, I would have been okay. This is not worth $1 million to find this key.
Okay. Did anybody on the internet, and I was not online during the episode, did anybody identify what kind of snake it was? I'm assuming it wasn't poisonous since they didn't like remove it.
My first thought, it kind of looked like
out.
a copperhead, but it didn't have the diamond shape.
Yeah, but I don't think copperheads are prevalent in that area of the world.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, if they want them, they can.
They have them real scary snakes in that area of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that count, right?
Yeah.
The ones that can get up and just walk over to you and bite you.
Yeah.
Or eat you. But not on the titans. But you know what I mean.
They can take down a whole cow. We're not messing with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when we
But wait, when has there ever been a idol 70 feet up in a tree?
Well,
obviously not when Ben was looking for him. It's just,
no.
Didn't Tony?
You make them like 6 feet or lower, please.
Yeah, somebody had to climb way up a tree.
Ty had to get one down with a stick.
Oh, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
But I'm like going, okay, Carolyn, it's probably not that high up. Just saying.
It's not up there with the snake.
No.
That's a good point.
I just love like, oh, I just touched something.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
That's not a key.
But okay, so everybody knows I really like the geocaching stuff, and you spend a lot of time in the woods, and you come across snakes. And I have heard stories at like luncheons and stuff from like people who have gotten bitten by like reaching their hand into like a hole in the ground or like at the top of a tree without looking. And that's all I could think about. Was like, it might be time for
I cashed out
parking lot hides for a while now.
No way, no snakes.
So what you gotta do is you need to carry around one of those like grabby things, with the stick.
The
snake grabber
you used to pick up trash, yeah.
Yeah. Just get one of those and like test run it before you reach your real fingies in there,
Yeah.
Jab at things.
I'm
like
done.
Spiders.
Get her to stick a stick.
Spiders don't bother. Spiders don't bother me as much.
Yeah, me neither. Even if I was going to get bitten by a poisonous one, I would know I had in North Carolina. I would know I'd have enough time to drive myself to the emergency room if I needed to.
Yeah,
they don't bother me. But like snakes, I feel like the adrenaline of getting bit by a snake would screw me.
Oh my god.
I would have bad dreams for life.
Yeah. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, oh my God, should I live stream this? Should I take pictures? Should I just go to the hospital? Like, what do I do? Oh, I'm starting to get
No, I got bit by a poisonous snake. What should I do? Die? Why does everyone keep saying just die?
Well, then I also think of that scene
review for that geocache.
Well, no, then I also think of that scene from The Leftovers, right? Is it The Leftovers?
That's what I was immediately
with
thinking.
The rattlesnake?
The mom beaten with the snake. Yep. I was going to ask you. I was literally just about to ask you.
I always think of that too.
Take it down.
But I'm not in California or a rattlesnake country. Thank God. Anyway, okay. Moving away from the snakes of it all. And into, so we talked about Carson.
We got Matt and Franny.
Matt and Franny, with Carson though.
Is it Manny? Is that what they're called? Manny? Frat?
Manny?
What is it? Frat or Manny?
Oh, frat.
It's
Manny.
Franny keeps saying we gotta stop talking with each other, but it's too obvious. They're
too
blowing
late, girl.
She's gonna have to cut him loose because he has no votes.
Yep, they're crazy.
And he told her.
Or maybe that's part of the appeal: is I have the power over you because I have a vote and you don't.
Hey,
I am the power player in this relationship.
Well, it could be, but eventually she's if she wants to stay in the game, she might have to say, "Okay, you have no votes. People want you to go."
I don't know. Though Jeff was so braggadocious about there being a showman's. It's got to go for a little ways.
Yeah. And also, he was so sad sap both episodes talking about the thing. Like, even Jay, who was half paying attention, he was just like listening to Matt talk about his relationship, and he was like, oh, he didn't even get the dog.
Lost his dog. He's a country song.
I have I have a friend who's in the process of getting divorced, and they're actually doing a joint custody thing of their 2 dogs.
I love when they can make it work for co-parenting.
For co-parenting, co-doggy parenting. But yeah, I'm like, all right, maybe Matt could have done the same thing.
So what do you think about Carson's body language reading skills?
What do you think? You brought it up.
Sounded like a real expert, right?
Is that why he voted for Helen? Because he thought Helen was hiding something.
Well, it was so cute because he's all like, hey, here's my backstory, super smarter than everybody else, and I know how to read body language. And then he gives us this body language reading course that's like it's like a horoscope. It's so broad termed. Like
this person looks sideways.
His mom just sends him body language Instagrams and like direct message. She's like, let me just share this with you, son.
He's taking like quizzes, like Facebook quizzes. Like, what does your body language say about your feelings?
No, I feel like what they edited out was he was like, everything I learned about body language, I learned from a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes.
He's no poker face, that's for sure.
Also,
apparently he was enough because Helen fell for it.
Also, when he's doing his confessionals and stuff, I'm just dying because he chose that lovely stripy shirt and he just looks like a little Where's Waldo.
Aww.
He's just adorable.
Where's
Look
Carson?
At you, little, so cute. You've disappeared. No one sees you.
Oh my God. Hey, what do we think going back to Matthew, the other Matthew, Sling Matthew? What do you think about him admitting that he played the shot in the dark to get the heat off of him as a part of strategy? It worked out well for him because the idol got flushed, his allies stayed, his hands stayed clean, Maddie got voted out. Kane looks bad because Kane voted against him. Like,
I don't get why. He didn't vote. Okay, Maddie went home.
I think
was he gonna vote for Brandon?
No, my guess is
he didn't want Brandon to leave. So I'm like going, I don't understand why you might need that shot in the dark.
Yeah, but as we've seen, the shot in the dark, and I think he probably took a gamble that you have a 1 in 6 chance. Like, if it's going to make you an ally that's going to protect you for as far as, whatever it is, I would also do that shot in the dark because I'd rather have the actual physical guaranteed protection of an ally than, the 1 in 6 chance that up until then nobody had gotten.
If I'm Brandon, I'm gonna go, okay, why didn't you just vote with me?
That would have been right. That would have made sense.
I said, okay, because I it's all about trust. I'm like going, okay, you don't trust me enough to vote on the first vote. Who I want to vote for?
You're paranoid.
I think that these I also think that these
move.
Smaller tribes, though, I think that they're just going to induce like 10 times more paranoia. Because that's a really small tribe. So if you hear more than one name around tribe right before you're going into tribal, like any more than one name, you're immediately going to be like, oh my God, because the odds are already so intense because you have this tiny little tribe that you're going in with. But I did love that he was like, I'm in survival mode. And then it like goes over to Kane and Kane's like, I was in survival mode. It's like, okay, like that's literally what you're going to be in for the rest of the game. So like, let's just get rid of that reasoning and like actually play it out. Like, tell us, why did you think the numbers were going this way or that way? But
I don't think anyone in that tribe could trust it.
I think I don't think anyone's trustworthy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a.
I mean, Jamie. I don't think we heard from Jamie today, but she played hers at work, but she didn't have to play it. Again, Matthew didn't work. I don't think he had to play. Again, if I'm Brandon, I'm like going, okay, we're in an alliance, but you didn't vote with me. You played your shot in the dark. I could have gone home.
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't.
I mean, it worked out for him because when Brandon was talking about like the fate, like the whole way tribal went down, he focused on Kane. Like he kind of just he bought it. Like it worked. So like Matthew took that chance. We didn't think it was going to work, but clearly it worked. So
well, it worked because Kane, Kane had a vote. we know Matthew didn't have a vote. Kane had a vote, and he voted for, which would have been the winning vote last week, but Brandon had an idol.
Yeah.
It was a mess. The whole thing was a mess.
Okay, what else do we need to cover here? I feel like we've covered a lot of big things. Kane found a crab, which I felt might have been an allegory for something. I don't know.
It's a tree crab.
Yeah, they're finding a lot of crabs in trees. I didn't actually know that was like a thing, but this is like the second or third tree crab we've seen since they've permanently taken up residence on that island.
Yeah, I think production's just putting them in there.
They're just bringing them in from PetSmart, just chucking them.
Yeah.
The crabs are like squirrels when like they're living in a residential neighborhood. They don't give an F. They're just like whatever.
Taking over, it's fine. They'll live wherever they can.
I noticed that Jam Jam is afraid of slides. He looked terrified every time he slid down the slide thing. He was like,
yeah.
He just didn't look like he was having a good time going down the slides. He's my winner's pick, and I'm a little worried now. He didn't. I don't think he had a great night. I mean, he won. I mean, he didn't go home.
At least your winner's pick is still in the game.
I know.
At one point, I said to Jay, I was like, "Oh my god, I hope they vote out Helen because she's my winner's pick, and I'd rather my winner's pick go home episode 2,
where you can get your points back."
I was starting to think, all right, because I thought it might have been Yam Yam. I thought it might have been a blindside on him because he was working with Carolyn, and
he's too sprightly. They love his energy. He's going to stick around for a hot minute.
It was sweaty there, wasn't it? Because their shirts were all soaking wet. So
here's my. We didn't talk about this the other day, and do you guys think that the immunity idol is super weird and off base for like?
I love it.
Survivor. It's so different than what they normally have.
I love it.
I'm wondering if this isn't part of like the D&D campaign, like because I have seen the previews for that movie coming out, and then all of a sudden the immunity challenge is like right after it last episode. So I'm just wondering if maybe there isn't some tie with that since we've got the sword and shield, and I don't know. It's just really different than what the style we normally see. I don't know. Maybe Jeff's gonna joust. Maybe he's had it. He's gonna start. The heads are gonna roll for real.
Is there gonna be there's a TV show Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, like a movie. There's a movie.
There's a movie with Chris Pine.
Oh really?
Yeah, they it was a big thing at Comic-Con too.
You know what's funny? You just mentioned Chris Pine. I'm doing a Gunsmoke rewatch. His mom was on an episode of Gunsmoke.
Oh no way!
I looked it up. I went, "Who's this actress?" I go, "Oh, Chris Pine's mom. She was in several TV shows."
I think he might be my favorite Chris. I mean, I like Hemsworth. I like what's his face, Evans. But I think
Columbus
Chris might be my favorite. Oh, Columbo is back. I gotta watch that. I love that first season.
Yes.
Anyway, I said
Chris. Anyway,
I didn't know his mom was an actress. But anyway, go ahead.
I think both his parents were actors.
Yeah, his dad was on a lot of things, but he was on Friends. He was the dad of one of Rachel's. Who's that? Tate Donovan's character.
Oh, he was Tate Donovan's
dad.
Let me see. Chris Pine.
And he also was on Chips show. I
knew he was on Chips. He's in
a lot of shows.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Do we have anything else that is noteworthy from this? Do we like this Carolyn Jam pairing? I love it. I'm here for it. I think it's going to make this entire season all the more fun.
I think it might be one of the best things of the season.
And if I could see the two of them going all the way to the end because Carolyn is wacky. So as long as she can keep as long as she, like what Rose says, keeping the secret, if she can keep that under control, and Yam Yam is so likable, the two of them kind of have those under the radar vibes where they're so over the top that they sneak under. Yep.
I agree.
Because you have to think Sarah's on the bottom of that pile, on that tribe now.
I kind of think so.
I mean, because with Carson going with the other two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, do you think Carson's going to stay with the other two, or do you think he's going to go back and forth? I think he's going to be a mover.
I think he's going to try to go back and forth. He's going to end up messing up.
He's reminds me a little of Sammy, another young kid who, going back. I mean, you can do in the beginning. It's okay to, because you don't know who's the power, who has but you can't do it. Keep doing it because
but to Sammy's advantage, Sammy, like we talked about 2 weeks ago, Sammy didn't look like he was 20 years old.
But he was going back and he was going back. You can't be the person that keeps going back and forth. Number one, you're never going to win the game that way. Number two, eventually like going, okay, I can't trust this person because they're just going, they're not loyal to anything.
See, now I think you can do the anybody but me strategy. I think you can. You can get
if you're smart
doing that, but you have to have a certain personality.
Yes, that's just it. You have to have the right personality to be able to pull that off, because the reason why Sammy could do it was he kind of knew how to maneuver it, but the real reason why is because he was a meat shield, so they weren't going to get rid of him because they needed him there.
But eventually Sammy started crumbling.
Yes.
And it didn't work anymore.
Right.
It works for Sandra because Sandra, I don't know. Still don't know how she makes it.
It works for Sandra because she has a very I
think she's a Jedi. This is not the person you want to vote for.
She's a Jedi, yes.
Yeah.
Because she's so honest, and she's so, if she doesn't like you, she doesn't hide it. Yet she made it twice to the end. I'm like going, I never got it, but
there's something about somebody who's so forcefully honest that you know where you stand. So they're not immediately like somebody you don't know where you stand for them are more suspicious than somebody that you do know where they stand.
And that's why people like personalities like Carson might be in trouble in this back and forth place, because he's very he's very eager, and I think he will be around people like Caroline, who she has a good read on him already. Honestly, she has a great read on him already. Like, she sees his eagerness and she's like, but I don't think I can trust him. Not just because it's a game we can't trust. She totally believes she can trust Jam Jam. She knows there's something there.
If I'm Carson, obviously my next vote would be Sarah. There's no reason not to vote.
Yeah, you should probably stick with the numbers at this point.
Because you have to go, and if you say they lose again and they're down to 3, well, that puts you at disadvantage when you get to the merge.
Yep.
So I think he has to say, okay, I gotta at least be strong with 2 people. At least I go in the merge with 3 people. Then he can work his magic with other people. Not saying they're gonna lose. I don't know, but I'm just saying if I'm Carson, I vote Sarah out next.
I agree. Speaking of, so we're down to 2 of the tribes have 4 players, 5 players.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting down. Do you think we're gonna have a swap soon? Is what I'm so
We're getting down.
We're getting down. Do you think we're gonna have a swap soon? Because that could be very interesting.
I don't think next week, but probably the week after we'll have something.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one's down to 4 people already. So if they lose another one, I mean, you can't really have a 3-people tribe. They're going to either be absorbed or they're going to swap them around.
Right.
Yeah.
So they'll break into 2 tribes instead of 3. That's usually what they do, don't they?
Which is really, that's when I start to be more interested in the game, honestly, because like I said, these little tiny tribes, I feel like that the only thing I've actually seen come from this is the ability to triple advantages, like advantage stories, and that everyone's super paranoid. Like, everyone just gets so paranoid so fast. We need to put everything into 2 big numbers again.
Yeah.
And then that way, a little more gameplay, less like freak out.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the tally the votes portion of the show, and take a quick commercial break, I like the more that I think about it, because all right, I'll talk about it then. I'll talk about it then when I have my new winners pick. Okay. Any last thoughts? I Yeah, I agree, Jamie. I hope we go from 3 to 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Me 2.
Zach?
Me 3. Me 4.
You 3. All right. Well, then let's take a quick break. We'll be right back in a minute. Probably less than. And we'll get to the tally of the votes.
Hey, who's at the back?
Oh, Zachary, go to sleep. Okay, we're going to take a break, and then Zachary can share his tally of the vote thoughts. Okay.
Yay.
All right, we are back. Zach is still here, as it's only been like 10 seconds. Zachary.
I thought he left.
I thought that he was going to sleep. Who do you think is going to go home next week? You can describe them if you don't know the names. I know it's tough.
I only know half the names.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Hey, you're a good podcaster. Thanks.
Yeah, he's a great podcaster. He and his brother both did the bonus show for the patrons.
Nice.
It was
fighting?
It was a whole thing. They fought over water. Zachary's butt got stuck in the crevices between the couch and the table on the floor.
And you.
Nice.
And me. I mean, it was a whole thing.
Why is Papa so glitchy?
Because this computer is glitchy.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. All right. Let's get into the tally of the vote. If you want to hear more of what Zachary has to say, please feel free to become a patron at patreon.com/JandJack at the patron bonus level. I think it's the $5 level. Become a patron, and you can listen to what Zachary and Alex have to say.
Jay and
Nice.
Okay.
Jack.
All right. So here we are here. Sadly, as far as Helen goes, not sadly, Jamie had her in her final 3. I had her as my winner's pick, but in the preseason picks, Jack and I both had her as pre-merge, which means, where is the, hold on.
So she's out. I get a point.
You get a point. You get a point.
What about me on mine?
All right, I'll fix the format up after with the colors and all that. So Jack has 1 point. Colleen has 1 point. I think that's how we decided to do it.
Mommy.
Zachary, what?
Can you make my own thing?
No.
No.
Please.
Papa said no.
Please,
Papa said no.
You did it last season.
No, we didn't.
I thought you did.
Don't make me have to make you go upstairs.
Hey, if you sleep in Sunday, you can have one.
Green.
He sleeps until 8
Sunday
o'clock
sleeping point.
Monday through Friday, but he's up at 6:30 on Saturday and Sunday.
Because we're losing, Zach. We're losing an hour on Saturday.
Oh, we are losing an hour. Wow, wild.
So Papa's gonna be cranky on Sunday.
I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
No, you're gonna go to the bathroom and upstairs. So shut the door.
No.
We'll see you in a minute. Oh,
Yeah,
Lena
that's
says I
another-
miss watching Survivor with you, Zach. He said, "Oh, me too."
Where's that? Who's Elaine?
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
We'll get back to watching Survivor Live. We gotta let this Australia end.
It's crazy times. Crazy.
Crazy times. Okay. I need to pick a new winner's pick. Let's see. I'm gonna do that at the end. But for now, why don't we pick who we think's going home next week?
All right.
I'm saying Matt.
Super seat.
No, Zach.
No vote, Matt.
You think
No
no vote? You think no vote? Matt is going home.
Yeah, I think because of the whole Franny and him, and Franny is going to say, "Look,
I vote for Mommy.
he doesn't have a vote. It's an easy vote."
Zach asked you, Matt's the one that had the girlfriend that took the dog, that they broke up. Yeah, now he's flirting with Franny. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Can I pick?
Who do you think is going home, Zach?
Um.
You have to think faster. Dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air.
Brandon.
You think Brandon is going home?
Yeah.
No way.
No way. We
Bad-
all say no way.
Bad choice.
Zachary thinks Brandon is going home. There you go, Zach.
I'm green.
I was going to make you green because I already knew you were going to ask for it. All right. Jamie, do you want to go or you want me to go?
I'll go. I don't like that I'm going to say this, but I think I think Kane's days might be numbered.
You think so? Why do you think that? Because Brandon is very out on him?
Yeah, I don't know. He feels like he's got like Steve's on luck. I think they're going to be after him. I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Okay. Kane, I'm trying to look to see here on the other screen where we put him. Let's see.
I have
you
him to merge.
3.
Yeah, because I'm like, he's either gone right away or he's sticking around.
Yeah, Jack had him merge. I had him pre-merge. But you're making a very interesting case because I was thinking that it was probably going to be Jamie if we go, if that happens. But I think if Jamie and Lauren can, get together, Lauren has that extra vote, and that might protect her. I don't know where Kane stands. I think Kane might spend a lot of time kissing butt with the men on that tribe.
Well, he did say he had to fix the his issues with Brandon and stuff like that, and then he immediately goes out and looks for an idol. I go,
yeah,
that's what I did. As soon as he started looking for an idol, I was
me.
like, "Ooh, he knows he's in the outs still already."
You've convinced me. Fine. I will also go with Kane. Also, once I found out that he was my preseason pick, I realized I could get double the 2 points.
It's all about math. You've got this figured out into a science.
Hey, Elena says you miss the pretzel.
Who doesn't?
Zachary loved that pretzel at the Clouds.
That was a good pretzel.
It was a good pretzel. All right, well, there we have it. Jamie and I think Kane is going home. Jack thinks no vote Matt is going home. So we have Sling Matthew and no vote Matt.
Brandon.
And Zachary thinks Brandon's going home. I'm pretty sure you're very wrong, but you're a young Survivor watcher. You'll get better. You'll learn in the future.
Listen,
also, it is 10 o'clock at night. Why are you not in bed?
Why am I not in bed?
He might be like the octopus that was like making the calls on the World Cup, right? Like you didn't think an octopus would know what team was going to win or lose, but it did.
They're smart.
It could be Zach. He could. I mean, Brandon's going home next week.
That's a good point. So moving on.
Speaking of octopuses.
Speaking of octopuses, I need to pick my winners pick. And honestly, I am kind of leaning into the Carol.
I would go Kane.
Then just to really well, because now I'm down to 10 points.
You're next gone and you're staying till the end.
Oh my god. Oh man, this is tough. Like
I don't know. I like you picking Caroline just because I just feel like someone out there needs to root for her.
I'm rooting for her. I'm gonna go with Carolyn. Plus 10.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, didn't you do that with Marianne? So hey.
Did I?
I feel like you did. I feel like you were right off the bat.
I love Marianne. You're right.
Her. Yeah.
You're right. I'm hoping for the repeat.
She won a season.
And Gabler won last season, so maybe I don't know. Maybe that's where the tide's turning. The weirdo shall inherit the Survivor trophy.
It's about time.
All right, Carolyn, I'm all with you. I'm with you, girl. All right, well, there you have it. I actually do not have. We don't have any feedback this week, but that's
really
because Mandy isn't watching live.
Oh, the heck with her then.
That's what Sunday bought us, an email.
Yeah. Very true. And whenever we switch to Thursdays, then hopefully Mandy will be able to watch and email us then. And Shandy too. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're only got like maybe 2.5 weeks left on the Australian schedule. So
well, there you go. So March 29th, we have to do Thursday or Friday or whatever, because we will not be here. And then April 5th, I'm going to go see Les Mis. My March 2020 makeup tickets finally getting to go. And these kids will be in New York, so like it'll be party week. But
as long as it's like, Gladfelter party and not like Kevin McAllister New York party, because that one was
what part? A Gladfelter?
Gladfelter.
I thought you said Glad.
Well, he is going to the land of McAllisters, so
you got to be careful. Listen, if the worst happens, find the bird lady. Just find the bird lady.
Find the bird lady.
She's good people.
She's good. She is good people. All right. On that note, any last thoughts about this episode? I thought it was really fun to get to know everybody a little bit more. I did.
Yeah, I was all right with it.
Once the idol play started, once they got into learning people's names was nice.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Write their name down. Write their name down. Yes.
Yeah.
Last chance for anybody in the chat to give us their thoughts as well.
Anyone support your Caroline vote?
I don't see anybody.
No opposition. You've done it. I think you might have.
It's too hard to root against her.
I
know, right? Like, how did you root against her?
How can you root against somebody who's so happy she melts into the ground and then like rolls in the leaves? That's fun.
Right? I mean, that truly. What do you think that says? You can read.
Boo Zach.
There you go.
Boo Papa.
Lordy. Okay. We've devolved. We're going. Go now.
That's it. That's all there is.
Thank you to the patrons, especially the ones that can turbo cert level. That'd be Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with a Plan. What does that say? And Ed the creepy poopy head mailman. Oh, he says poopy head Zach. It's hard to read it, but yeah.
No, it's poopy head mailman and poopy head Papa. Because Papa's a poopy head.
All right. Well, yeah.
Bye bye, poo poo Papa.
Hey, he's found teeth in that.
What?
He's found teeth in that.
He's found, yeah. Carolyn found teeth in poop.
Some people look for gold.
She dug through the poop, to find the teeth.
Others look for canines. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like cuspis.
There we go. All right,
I can't find that tooth anywhere.
What did I do with that tooth?
I don't know.
Oh, rats.
It's a fish feed with more than 55.
Oh, wait. This is a chicken?
Ew!
What?
Nothing. Papa likes to eat poop.
What? Smoking. Your face is poop.
All right. We need to start talking about poop, okay? Yam Yam Jr.
Poop.
This is a really crappy podcast. That's all it is.
It's a crappy podcast. All right. On that note, we are going to get out of here. We would love your feedback. SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. Even if you can't watch us live with the chat, please send us an email. We would love to hear what you think.
A joke, a limerick, or something.
Yeah.
Bonus. Yes.
And the bonus episode as well.
I'm the bonus.
Yes, he's the bonus.
Bonus.
Okay. Yes, it's like this, except they say more words.
Bonus.
Okay, goodbye. On that note, everyone, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. My name is Colleen.
My name is Zach. Poopy head. Bye, poo poo Papa.
I'm Poopy Zach.
And that's Jamie, because you talked over her. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.